So I just open the project folder here. We will continue in the same project from yesterday. What I will do is just run this, right? npm run development. So the next thing we will look at the first we're going to talk about the couple of properties, right? Or let's call it classes of the tailwind. Okay, that is the first thing, and then we're going to work on one of the project. I think challenge 3 now. So you guys have we just did 2, right? 1 and 2 yesterday. I put together in same challenge, but you get the idea, right? So we're gonna work on challenge 3 and then move to the 4, right? Okay. So look at here. Even here you have the flex box. So also we need to learn about the flex box. We will learn it while doing the project. Okay. One more thing I just share with you guys is this tailwind document, right? Or cheat sheet that is basically like a shorthand for the tailwind classes, right? I mean, just pack together everything. Okay. So let's look at this also. So today class is spacing, right? Like padding, margin, space between. Then we're gonna talk about the flex box, flex, right? Okay. So what is padding now, right? What is padding? Every element is a box. For example, if I have an element, right? I have any element here. Okay, let me create a new challenge. Okay. So I will go back inside my app and call it ch2, and I will add page, right? csx react arrow function export, and I will call it ch2. So the first element is my wrapper, because in the component you can only return one element, right? Like a big one element, one wrapper only you can return. All the remaining must be inside here, right? So if I put heading 1 and I will call it this is challenge 3, right? So it will be 3. Okay, 3. Just imagine this is challenge 3, right? I will just rename it to 3 because I'm not going to work on 2 now. So I just have to change everything here just to make it like working on a 3 challenge. This is a box. So utility tailwind is a utility class, means tailwind library has built all the css and give you the class for all your properties, css property like width, height, padding, margin, right? They have given you the class name, right? So for example, let's look at the padding, right? That is fall under spacing. If you click on the padding, p-0, right? So padding is 0, p-0.5, that is padding 0.125 rem, right? Or 2 pixel. If you want 2 pixel padding, you have to do p-0.5, right? So the only thing is we just have to apply the class here. So class, call class name p-0.25, right? Like that was what was that, 0.25 or 0.5, sorry. See p-0.5, right? See there, padding, right? So that is 2 pixel, 0.25 rem, 125 rem. So this is how the class is applied, right? Look at that. This is a class name. So tailwind will, when you run this code, right, or basically tailwind will scan through all your projects and compile all these classes in one file, all the css, right, inside one file. There will be class name like this, and the value will be something you see here, right? Look at this. That will be the value. So that's how tailwind works. You just have to class name, put all the class name, right? So you're changing padding, you can do the padding. You can add padding 4 or 5. So then you can add BG, that is background red, right? Fine. So what I will do, I'm going to put S2 also right here. This is heading 2, right? 2. Here I'm going to call class name, right? And let's add a border, right? Fine. You can give a border, like color also red, uh, 200, right? Like that. So there is a border, and then you can apply the color to border also. Okay. So you must do border first, and then give the color to the border, right? Should be just opposite, put border, but it should work. Okay. So I'm online. Let's take the challenge 3. So I will just go to the ch3 route, right? And let's see what I get. Hope that name is okay. Yeah. All right. So sometimes it just take time. Okay. So look at that border, right? Border red color. Okay. Let's make this little, like 800, right? Dark red. So it looks something like this. You know what? One thing, right? This one and this one is touching to each other. How? I mean, you can give BG, let's say BG red, and then give us not red. Let's make it orange, right? Orange, and give the 800 or whatever intensity of the color. So see that two of them is touching, right? Two of them is touching to each other. The heading 2 and the heading 3. Sorry, heading 1. If I need a gap between them, right? How I can do that? So either heading 1, I can say margin bottom. So there is 4 side, margin top, that is T, margin bottom, margin right, margin left, right? And then you have the number. The numbers are like a pixel, rem or pixel, right? Okay. So if you do margin left, but let's do the margin bottom, right? Margin bottom of maybe 5. So 5 will give me how much? 20 pixel gap. Save and look at that. I get 20 pixel gap below that heading 1, right? That's how you apply margin. Okay. So similarly, if you look at here, this is a normal number padding, that is all side P-96, that is 24 or 384 pixel, right? All side. Okay. Even here P-PX, right? That is padding 1 pixel. 0 PX, right? Okay. So now next one is Y axis, X axis. Y means top and bottom, and X means left and right. So if you just want padding left and right, and even you can see here padding top, padding bottom, right? Look at this class. I mean, not class, but look at this. By adding this one, right? What are you gonna get? Let me increase the font size, right? Maybe that's too small to see. So if you look at here, by applying this class name, the tailwind will compile to this, uh, basically this CSS property, right? Padding left 0.375, padding right, you know, this is basically 6 pixel, right? So that's how it works. So padding Y is there, top and bottom. If you want one side, then you have to do padding top, padding right, R, padding B, bottom, padding left, right. And same with the margin, and same with the border also. So border, you can have border, like border, and just call the color maybe orange 800 straight, right? And it should be okay. So just look at here, padding for Y is top and bottom, X is left and right. x-axis, y-axis. If you need one individual, then you have to look at now, right? Top, right, bottom, left. Look at that. Top, right, bottom, left. So for one, right? For 1.5. So, you get the idea, right? And same thing for the margin, border, and yeah. So you can margin. And what is space between, right? So space between will be something like this. If you have a children, let's say you have the one div, right? And there is another children like this child, right? Couple of, you want a gap, like how much gap? So space between, that is space x-axis. This is x-axis, right? Our x will be here, like x-axis, and y will be here, right? Like, this is the y-axis, right? Sorry, let's draw here, right? This is y-axis, this is x. So the gap you want, so see how you can apply, right? Space between, so x-axis, margin left, margin left, margin left, left, x1, so left, right? So x is left, okay? Just wait here, let's go back, margin, margin left, x. So you're gonna find y also, right? What is that? Minus space x14, margin left, margin left. So margin top, right? That is y, space y is margin top. So if you want something like a minus, right, you want to go from the original position to the minus one, okay? So it's minus space x pixel. So this is basically margin left, right? That is the gap between the two elements, right? Y-axis, top, top. Let's see, let's go back here. So this is in the minus. If you want to go, like minus of the x-axis or y-axis, right? You can use that minus space y 2.5, right? So that is margin top minus 0.25 rem, right? So that's how it works. So minus top, and then yeah, so reverse, right? Space x reverse. I mean, you're not going to use all this, right? You're just going to use minus x or minus y, right? Either you want on the x-axis, like margin right. What was that? Margin left, right? Left, margin left, or margin top, right? So space x is margin left. Just remember that, right? Oh, okay. Space x is margin left, and space y is margin top. So how this will work, right? Margin left. So to the children, right? Let's say space x. For example, there is many children, okay, like this. Man, many children, right? Let's say this one, this one, this one here. So in the parent element, you say space x dash 4. So that is margin left of the children. So the left is here. Here is space 4. That may be how much, right? Maybe 16 pixel or whatever. Then here is left. So left of this element, and margin left of this element, right? So margin y or space y something, right? Some number. So not that one. Where is that? Here. So space y3 or space y4 is 1 rem, right? That is 16 pixel 4 or 5. So margin top side, okay? So for example, there will be many elements, right? Like this again inside that parent, right? Inside this parent. So the top of the element, right? Here, top of this element, here will be the margin top, right? Margin top, okay? So that's the space. So that's how space. So you just have to remember x space dash x something sub number 4 5 6 or space y sub number, right? So the y is the top y-axis, and x is the left x-axis, this one, right? So on the left side. So let's say you're creating a navbar, right? Navbar, simply navbar, right? You have a lot of element here, something like this. Home, you want to have space here on the left side, you know. So I will just use space x, maybe let's call it 6, right? Like that, to my ul tag, right? To my parent tag. And you're gonna have all this space now. Sorry, here, right? You're gonna have space on the left side. X-axis is what? Left side, right? Close that. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, did I close that? Yeah. So the space here on the left, okay, that is the space x, the left of the child element, okay. These are the child of ul, right? Ul tag. Maybe this will be li or a tag or something like that, okay. Okay, so now we understand. So everyone clear, right, on these three things: padding, margin, and space between, right? Okay. So you can look at the size also, same thing, right? Width 0, if you have width 1.5, width, then you move down, right? Like 20 rem, 320 pixel. Let's say you want your box to be 320 pixel, right? Then width 80 or maybe 96 is 384 pixel. Okay. Width, so you want 50%. Now here is width half, right? Even I forgot about that one. Instead, I put like square bracket 50%. You just put w dash half or quarter or 2 by 3, right? Or, oh, here is quarter. This is 1 by third, right? Quarter is 25%, 1 by 4. So look at this, all these sizes, right? So we're going to use this today, okay? That's the width. With fit content, right? Fit content means basically that box will fit in the parent, right? So just called width fit. So whatever the size of the parent box, you want to fit all the child there, just make it fit content. Just call it, right? It should work. With max, max content. With mean, mean content. With screen and with full. This is important. You're gonna use all the time, right? Like remember we do with 100% or with 100 view width. W dash screen is view width, 100 view width, and W dash full is with 100%. Similarly, you can look at the mean width, right? Mean dash W0, mean full, mean with 100%, mean dash content, mean dash mean with max. So mean with mean will be content, mean content, and mean double max will be max content, right? So maybe you're thinking, what is content now, right? Content is basically the maximum of the parent size. For now, just remember that, right? Minimum to the parent size, right? So that's how you're gonna use mean width. If you want the box to be 100%, you can even do the 100%, right? Basically full. Full is 100%, and the screen, what we saw here, right? Screen is the view width. Okay, fit content and all that, but it's okay. I mean, just look at one time. You're not gonna use all this same time. It's gonna take maybe many years to use all that, right? You just have to find the right class name, right? So when okay, I have to make some element 100%, what class name there is. So I'll go here with full or with screen, right? That is view with 100% of the screen size, view size. Similarly, height, mean height, max height, right? All these are the sizes you can look at. So why I click the wrong place here? Close that. So transition animation, we're not going to look at today. Our goal is to understand the margin, padding, space between, some size is okay. The next one is flex and flex box. No grid, but flex, right? So flex, look at the flex, right? Display flex. You just call flex, right? What gonna happen when you apply flex? Flex is 110%, right? Or flex auto. So auto, remember auto means equal divide, right? Divide the size, the margin left and right equally. Okay, that is auto basically. So the first one, right? Flex grow, flex shrink, that is the second one, and the flex basis, the width is 0%. Here is auto means just automatically take the space, right? If there are many children, it will be auto distributed. Means like a responsive, right? Automatic. Okay, just think like that. Flex initial, flex none, right? So that is flex. So you just call the flex, right? Like basically flex one, flex auto, flex initial, but normally you can use flex one, right? Most of the time, and you just call the flex. So let's look at the flex because here maybe I'm saying, but it's difficult, right? So let's look at the flex. See, I have these two element, right? Parent, I always gonna need a parent element to apply flex. So I'll just for now, I'll just use this one, okay? Class, and I will call it flex. See, I'm getting all this suggestion. So flex and see what happens. So the two child, right? Just move to the, you remember how the flex work, guys? Same thing happened here, right? They just line up in one row, two element, two column, right? That is what happened. So let's experiment with couple of example now, right? And I never learned how to adjust this, right? Always I have difficulty. So if I click here, yeah, there is shortcut button, right, to do this, but it's okay. So flex. Now, if you just do flex auto, right, what gonna happen? Nothing happened. Flex. Let's see. Let's find the class name. Flex wrap. That is fine. Flex range, flex order. What I need is flex only, right? So flex one. So the flex one is basically for the children, right? How children can grow and shrink. Okay. So if you go back here, right? Let's remove this one. I don't want here this. First, I will do a gap. Okay, gap of how much? Maybe 4 or 5, right? Save this. What you want is just call flex and gap, right? That is two things you're gonna learn. Flex will put element in the row, one row, and the gap is space between, right? So look at that gap. Okay. Now flex uh, column, right? Basically call that will put the flex item in the column. So it just become column, right? One column, okay? And flex row, it will put in the row, right? But that is by default. We know that flex, right? By default, it will go in the row. So even if you don't put this one, still it will be like this. But remember, sometimes you have to make this child element in like both top to bottom, right? One, top, basically in one column, okay? In that case, you just call flex call, right? and that's it. It top one is the one column. Basically, both is one column, but they just stack on the top of each other, right? Column, okay, one column. So we get the gap, we get the flex, right? Good to go. So how you going to align item, right? So item, align item is item start in center baseline space, all that, right? So let's make it center. The same thing. Remember the horizontal centering. And next one is justify content, right? So justify content. So content will be like normal start in center between. If I do between, right, means the space, all the right margin will move in the mid between right here. Okay. So look at here. Item center, align item center. That is the result, right? Align item center, and justify between is space between. Justify content is space between, right? So you can do justify content start or end, right? Start, even you can call it start. So it should be starting point here, just starting here. That is by default, you know. But you can do the end. End will move it to the last, right? So the both, now look at here, the element, the child element move to the end. Start was just the starting point, right? This is the normal, by default it is start, right? Then you have space between, we look at that, space around, right? Space around, so around, right? So now they have space all around, left, right, even here, right, on the right side. See the space all around. Okay, so you see how this work now, right? The flex, you have gap. I will remove the gap, right? And remember, we look at the space. Now let's do one thing. I'm gonna take the justify. Let's make it start, right? For now, start. Okay, so they're touching each other because there is no gap. I want to show you space x, that is margin left, right, and give it 5. So look at that. That's how it works, right? And space y, what will be that? Margin top, right? Let's give it 10. Maybe 10 is there, yeah. So you have to make sure the number is there, right? Save, and this move, right? So the child, let's see, this child move. So see that it just move, right? Okay, fine. This just affect the second child, right? All right, yeah. I mean that is, I believe that is okay, right? So that's the reason, when you're gonna make the nav bar, it will start from the next child, right? Something like this. If you have UL, let's imagine, right? And you have list of item, home, like that, right? And you just want, you just, okay, they are all in the box, right? Oh, I don't want that. Even, uh, okay, fine. So what I will do, I can call the class name here, right? Class name, and make a flex. So it become like that. Then I will say space x-axis, right? Maybe 5. They all move away from each other, right? So I mean that's how you can use, right, the use case of flex. So that is all for flex. I mean there are many properties, right? Flex wrap, so you just call it like flex wrap. That will, when there is no space, the item will wrap, right? For example, if I go back here and I say just simple flex wrap, so just wrap it if there is no space. And let's go back now, right? And if I minimize this, Look at that, it just wrapped down, right? Okay, so that is a flex wrap, just making easy responsive, right? Good. So we're going to look at the project now. Try to create this challenge. What is challenge 3, right? That one. So this will be easy, but let's try, right? I'm going to even use this color also. Okay, there is a color here, right? So basically what you have, right? You have the heading 1, paragraph, and the button, and the text is within the, like 50% of the container, right? Or wrapper. So when you design something like this, how it will be, right? Let's say there is a box inside your body, right? In the body tag, this is the box. Now, I'm saying, right, okay, this body has a background color, right? There is a background color, that's the one, right? Fine, we're going to put a background color. I mean, every element, right? Every element when you start is like this, just like this, no shape. I mean, if you don't put border, right, you're even not going to see it in the page. Okay, every element is like this. So by adding a padding, right? So if I add, let's say, padding p dash maybe 10, right? But I want padding top and bottom only, that is py. That is whatever 10 is, maybe let's say, around 32 or 40 pixels, something like that, right? Top and bottom. Okay, if you want, you can look at, what is the, the padding, right? So if you want 50 pixel top and bottom, how are you going to look at now, right? So just let's see here. You don't have 50, but you have 48, right? Padding 12, I select 10, that is 40. So 12 is 48, that is good enough. You can use that, right? But even this is okay. Padding. So that is in the header, this header, right? This is the header main box. Now if you want another div, right? And that is, remember, every element start inside the parent like this. It will be like this, right? Like something like this when you create new element, but you can add text and it will be grow, right? Like that. Okay, but I want to create a wrapper, and this wrapper is 80% of the body, right? This header, and then I will center that out like this. I'm going to center that wrapper like this. See, so I have space on the left and right? Now I will go back and create another hero text box, right? And I will make this around 50%. So every element start from the parent, the left of the parent, right? And they are always 100%. But if you make it 50%, it will be like this. Okay, good. So I have the structure now, right? I have the structure ready to go. I will just go back and put here, the heading 1. Just write heading 1, then one paragraph, and then button, right? Button. See, nice looking. And now style each of them. So let's create this quickly, right? That is all we have in the chapter in here. So let's do that. It's good challenge, right? Easy challenge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean my return part here, everything. Just delete all that. I'm gonna just add the wrapper div, right? And inside I'm gonna create a header. So this div is just a wrapper, right? I mean, you can, even if you don't want to put that, just use the fragment, right? That is fine. But now I have a header, and header gonna have a class name and BG, and I will write that background in a square bracket. I'm gonna give that background, right? If you have custom CSS, right, something you want to apply like size, padding, margin, if you have a custom, you can just put in the bracket. Okay, the background BG, right? Always BG, very easy. One background, just remember background, done. Then color you want to have, so you can make it white, uh, so if you make it red, not color, right? What was that? Oh, sorry, you cannot do color directly, right? So you have color is applied for text. So text white, yellow, red, whatever, right? White. Is that white color here? Yeah, fine. So that is all right. Also, I need a padding top and bottom, right? So I remember padding was 12, right? Top and bottom. Oh, if I do 12, it is all side. I don't want that. I just want to have padding Y, top and bottom, right? So that is all I need for my header section. I don't need anything. Even white, if I don't put here, is okay, right? I can put in the hero like text, the last one, right? That is fine. So this is background and padding, good to go. Now I need a wrapper div, right? So div. So class name, width is 100%, right? 100%, not 100%. Let's make it 80%. So there is 3 by 4 or half is half, right? I don't want that. So I will just make it myself, like something 80%. So this box, right? Okay, let's give a background. BG orange, 500. And I want to show you now, right? Because remember what I said, uh, you have this box which is 80%. Look at that. So refresh, and because there is no text, I believe, I don't know why it is not showing up. Okay, there is no text, so you don't see anything, right? Okay, so I'm gonna add a div that will be my like controller, right, for text. So let's make a heading one. Don't have to be, so it will complain, right? Yes, lint will complain, so you must put like and a pos, right, like this. Okay, or this one has 39. So let's see, apos semicolon, apos semicolon, right? So you remove that one and you replace with and apos semicolon. So that is okay. You have to pass the test, right? So that means semicolon. Okay, and this will be very useful when you dealing with the next test. So you're gonna have paragraph, and then you have button, right? So I want to learn. Good. Look at now. So see that this is 80%. Remember, and I said I'm gonna grab this and move to the center, right? I hope you remember now. See how I move, not that one, but the other one. This one, you move it from, it's starting here, and it's 80%, that orange box, right? See, starting on the corner, always start in the corner of the left corner of the parent element, always. So that is inside the header, right? And starting on the left corner. So I'm going to move this to the center. And how you do that? So you just call it, the margin, right? Margin left and right, mx auto. So that margin left auto, margin right auto. Look at that. And that will, look at that. Just move to the center now, right? This is important to understand, okay, how you deal with all this, right? And after making center, we good to go. We're just gonna add a class here and then call it text white. And I want to control now, right? Okay, let's make this bg purple 400. That's the one, because there is no let's say there is no space between the wrapper and this one, right? Space between this one, there is no margin, right? Or you can add here, let's add some padding like a 5, then you can see the difference. Okay, the padding is inside that yellow box, right? So that it pushes its child little bit 5 whatever pixel is that. You can see I want this box now like 50%, half, right? So I will do the here, hey, width will be half, and see that. So I get this structure now ready, right? I'm just going to style one by one. So my heading one, very easy now. Class name, text will be 4XL. So you can think of that like a 36 pixel. If you want more like 6XL, right? So save. So it will be that big. You can have okay, let's make it 4XL, right? That's fine. And then I don't know how much is okay, that's fine. Look like it's okay, right? Now you want to have space bottom, right? And also you want to make this font little bold. So that is font, right? Font uh, semi bold is okay, or you can make it bold. Just make it like that. And you're gonna have margin bottom of 5. So just push that right down a little bit. Now let's select the paragraph and do some work with that. Class name, text, maybe make it how much? LG, right? Large. So large is around 18 pixel, I believe. 18 pixel, yeah. And you want margin bottom, right? So margin bottom of how much? Uh, 5, right? 5. So you just push that button down. You want to style this, right? Button. Class name. So what is that? PX, maybe let's make it 3. Padding Y, give it 5. I hope that is okay. And then you have background color. So that is BG, right? BG of purple. I'll just select whatever I can. 600. Then rounded, that is border radius. Uh, rounded full, right? Full. And yeah, so let's see how it looks. Something like that. So it's a lot of, you know, padding, right? A lot of padding. So let's make this one maybe 2. Yeah. And you want to uppercase text transform, that is uppercase, right? Uppercase. So yeah, so that is how it looks. So now I will remove, right? I'm going to remove that, this one I don't need. You don't need this also, and save, right? Look at that. So we did it, this one, right? Let's see. Even here is the text white, right? If you don't want, you can make it other color, but it's okay. If you want to just change that text, right? Button, you can make it like a text uh, black. It does not look good, right? So you can leave it, same. All right, guys. So we have done this. I explained this yesterday also. So in the today exercise, right? Try your best to understand all this. Okay, how you're gonna add margin, padding, maybe border. Try to figure out this structure, right? How what exactly header is, right? How you're gonna add padding top and bottom. Then inside is a wrapper box. This one is the wrapper, right? So when you make it 80%, how it moves the margin, you just shrink to 80% and you have margin on the right side. Then you make like margin auto, right? For left and right. X axis, okay, margin X auto to make it left equal, right equal. This will be divided into left and right side, okay? So you just move in the center, right? That box. And every child, all the child inside is moved together with the parent because the wrapper is the parent, then all will move there. Then you try to play with these things here, okay? Master that today, guys. Just do that, right? Because even if you do that one, is good thing, right? All the challenges we have, you have to master with Tailwind, okay? Do that one. It will be very easy to learn, right? If you do that, right? You don't have to think too much about the CSS and all that. Step by step, learn how to use margin, padding, border, color, background, busy, right? And then flex now. So if you can do the other one, this one with the flex box. Try it. Just add some stuff here. This will be easy, but I want you to try, right? Just do the try. I will stop here because I need to spend some time